to YouTube. You want to start over again? Or just keep going?
Yeah, keep going. I usually cut this segment out anyway.
All right, then. So every Monday is CircuitPython meeting time. So if you'd like to join the devs and the community at large, you can join in on the Discord chat room. Every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is when the CircuitPython meeting happens. And you can subscribe to it as a podcast using your favorite podcast service. It also gets posted as an archive on YouTube when it works. All right. Newsletters happen once a week. It's product focus. It's the new newsletter. Go to adafruit.com/newsletter to subscribe to that. Daily newsletters happen from adafruitdaily.com. You can subscribe to your favorite categories such as Python on hardware, 3D printing, maker business, IoT monthly, and more. So check that out at adafruitdaily.com. Help wanted. There is some jobs available this week. Let's take a look at the website, jobs.adafruit.com. It's free to create an account if you're an employer or a maker looking to get some gigs. This week I'm seeing a full-time position at DigiKey, seeking an influencer and content creator rockstar. If that sounds like you, go ahead and check out and submit your resume. There's also an open hardware summit chair. So if you'd like to be a chair, you can check out this job posting here. All good things, so check it out. That's jobs.adafruit.com. Help is wanted and we need your help. There's a contest. Halloween season is upon us. It is August, and there's a Halloween hackfest. We're sponsoring it. Adafruit and DigiKey is sponsoring the Hackaday contest. So this is going to be done through Hackaday. There's a blog post all about it with some last year projects. So let me go to the website. There it is on Hackaday. The deal is you create a project on Hackaday.io, and the top 3 winners will receive a $150 shopping spree at DigiKey's website. And if you happen to use an Adafruit board, we're going to double that, and you'll get, also folks will be awarded $50 Tindy gift cards for the most artistic projects. Great way to get creative. Great blog post here, and there are lots of examples of stuff. And this has been running since, since the 10th of August. And the deadline is October 11th. Spill the bean, pumpkin seeds on what you've made. Very, very cool. So check that out. I'm excited to see more Halloween projects because we're here. It's not too late, right? So there you go.
No, you're right on time right now.
Right on time. I think that's all of the housekeeping. What else do we have? I think that's it. Another thing real quick. Tonight, show and tell, we're going to be hosting it. So if you'd like to join the show and tell, you probably know how to do so, but we'll be hosting, so we can't wait to see folks tonight. That's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, Ask Engineer happens at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But we're excited to see you folks there. So I'm going to jump back over to the Discord and see if the stream is still going, right?
You're good. You're good.
I'm good. All right. Any other shout-outs, folks? Halloween is in August. I'm sorry, Andy. It is. It starts in August. It just does. If you go to any of the discount stores, Halloween spirits are all up around. Decor is all over the place at the Disney parks.
They had their grand opening of the Spirit, I believe, like last month.
Grand opening last month. Gosh, it happens earlier every year, but that gives you plenty of time to get into the Spirit, into the season, make a big project. I've already been posting projects on the blog.
All of the 3D Hangout, or the 3D time-lapse videos are all Halloween.
This is a Halloween company, by the way. Like Lamar and Phil love Halloween. Phil B, Paint Your Dragon, a literal dragon who is all about Halloween. So embrace the culture and get your you get some monies this time. So win some stuff and make some stuff. It's a maker holiday. You got to get into this, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Every day is Halloween, says Kappa Cafe. Yes, it is.
I hear that in the Halloween tone. Every day is Halloween. Every day is Halloween.
Yeah, that's just been running on repeat in the background. I need to change up my decor here to put more Halloween stuff. Like there's a pumpkin, style.
Yeah, we got to get everything out of the attic and the closets.
Fun stuff. All right, well, with that, folks, are you ready to catch up on 2 weeks of projects? Here we go.
Let's go ahead and start off with this week's project, or last week's project?
Last week's project.
Let's go ahead and take a look at these awesome resin casted keycaps. Before we went off on holiday, we showed 4. I even started making some of these. And this is using our really cool mold kit that we have in the shop. We got a couple of these. They're in stock. 2-piece little silicone design. You can pour your favorite UV curable resin to make your own keycaps. These are MX compatible, so these will work with the Kailh switches that we have. Got a bunch of those. And the cool thing that I wanted to test out was having components as well as the googly eyes.
Time for manual focus. Let's get this as close as we can.
One of the things we are known for and some of the HalloWing eye products.
There you go.
So of course we had to add some googly eyes to this.
With some gold flakes.
Yeah.
So
we wanted to try out doing multi-layered keycaps. So you can kind of see there's like 2 layers on this one.
Yeah, I've got super macro mode here. So there you go. You can really see. No, you did really good. Even there, I don't see any of the air bubbles. Air bubbles is one of the enemies of casting, and there are some, but because it's such a small part, you're less likely to get these air bubbles. Oh, there's
just got to be
there,
diligent in trying to get these out. Yeah. It would definitely help to have one of those chambers that that take away all of the bubbles.
If you're gonna like sell these on Etsy, you might want to invest into that tooling. But this is a great first starter. Kind of get your feet wet with resin. Oh man, look at this one. So this is a good combination of mica powder and embedding a literal resistor in there.
I think the joke is that these should have been a capacitor, a resistor to have some resistant caps. No, capacitor to have some keycaps.
Yeah. This is probably, you're hitting the limit on like, what's the biggest thing you can put in your keycap? Probably one of these, and it kind of magnifies it too, which is quite interesting.
And the, what is it, the NP222s?
Yeah, the little transistor, Connie the transistor over here. So that looks really, really good. That's awesome.
This is a mixture of these little glitter that are cut into the heart shapes.
Yeah.
I like those. We also use those on the kitty cat paws, which we also have the silicone modes of the kitty cat paw, and lots of little creative things you can do there with the nubbins. Wanted to make the hearts for each of the pads there, along with some glitter.
Yeah.
And look how good these stems come out.
Stems are excellent. So in the video that we put together, please take a look at it if you do plan to get into these. The trick really was to cure it in layers. So as you're adding more layers, you want to cure each kind of thing. I just did a little bit of autofocus. Let me turn that off. There you go. And one of the things we found is the silicone mold, the tolerances work best with the Cherry MX non-Kailh socket or non-Kailh switches, just because it's a little bit loose on the Kailh box. So that's just a little bit of a warning. If you do want to resin cast and use these silicone molds, the tolerances for these stems are going to work the best on the Cherry MX style stems. And what is the difference between them? Well, you can see that one has a crossbar, and the the Kailh box has a literal box. So for whatever reason,
they work.
The tolerance is like okay, but it can. Oh no, it actually.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, right?
If you're trying to show off with,
but it can do that.
Yeah. So it'll take a little more force on the Cherry MX one, so you can do that. Especially when you have a googly eye in there and you're specifically hitting it to have the eye bounce around.
Yeah, that's fun. But hey, that's just one of the things that we want you to know about. These profiles are, oh boy, U1 or something. So you can check out that these have very particular profiles. So this is silicone mold, it's a 2-part bit. And then we're using our curing lamp that we talked about 2 weeks ago. This is a learned guide and a 3D print and something that you assemble yourself with a permaproto and some UV LEDs. The real add-on to this really was this little tray, because as you are adding stuff, this is very floppy and it can sag a bit. So the deal here is that this little tray will keep it nice and straight as you inserted into the mouth of this this lovely device.
Yeah, so this has been updated. The Thingiverse file for this has the tray included, and if you want to pick, or you're gonna have to build, build this guy out. You can pick up all the parts for this. It's just the Proto, the half-size Proto board, and it's 30 of the UV LEDs.
Yeah, it's a fun project.
Oh, and a power boost.
Oh, and a power boost, because it's rechargeable. Right?
Yeah, that was one of the most, in terms of the little hidden secret for this was keeping the stem and the two parts of these completely aligned. So check out the guide for all of the step-by-step on just some of the little gotchas to increase the yield of popping these out. One of the other things I don't even mention in there is just like 3D printing, instead of filling all of the molds up and then having 4 fails, just do 1. So if it fails, it's just 1.
Yeah, we have some of this pigment, which is like powder. We used mica powder, but
this should work as well.
This should work as well. We haven't tried it, but we remembered. Oh yeah, we have this this pigment in stock, so we might as well throw it up there. Most of the things are in stock. The macro pad's still out of stock, but you could use the snap or any number of things. Yeah, this will work with anybody. Like so, that's what's cool about it. And I think we have a link to the resin. Maybe not.
Oh, I did not put a link on there.
Yeah, you can get it from Amazon.
It's literally the first
let's take a look
search
at
result that comes in.
Yeah, there
this
you go.
is what is this? YR Rhythm?
Oh,
UV resin.
Rhythm?
Yeah.
Right,
So
but
this
is it.
Single part, so you don't have to mess with trying to weigh a 2-part epoxy resin or anything like that.
Nice list of features. Odor-free, self-degassing.
You smell a little bit, so make sure that you are in
Wear
open.
gloves. You can see Pedro's. You know, you want to have a nice silicone mat when you're working with it. And this is 200 grams of this. How much of this resin do you have, and how much do you think you
I think I have a little bit more than half of the bottle left.
Oh, great. So you can make
a ton.
You know, a ton of these.
More
maybe
than-
a whole 300.
Probably,
keys or
I
whatever.
want to say maybe 50 or something like that, with like your fails as well. So quite a bit for I think like $20, and it ships next day
Nice.
on
That's
Amazon.
All right. I wonder if you can get these locally from like your Joann's.
Maybe. I
or
would
your
not be
Michael's,
surprised, since
craft
it is
store.
used for a lot of jewelry making.
For sure. Look at these diamonds. These gems.
Specifically what these are supposed to be for. And this comes with a bunch of the tools too, like your
Right.
little mixing.
That is really important that it comes with your
silicone
tools.
stuff.
Because the little silicone pokers, toothpicks, are what help you pop those air bubbles and just spread out the mica powder.
Yeah.
And the mica powder, just search for mica powder.
Actually,
Shout out
this,
to Alvaro for telling us about mica
Yeah.
powder. We were like, what should we use? And he was like, mica powder. So
Yeah,
here's
stuff.
the bottle. 200 grams.
this is what we recommend.
Right, and it's clear, right? So you're gonna get super clear. You can mix it with pigments. You can put stuff in it, and maybe get a bottle of alcohol for getting rid of any of the tackiness. But yeah, it looks great, man.
Yeah, so in terms of the layers, I think I was able to get 3 different layers on there. And that's about all you need, really, to have like a foreground, like the hero of what your
You need a
keycap
keycap
is
remover?
trying to like visualize. So this is like volume up and volume down. So of course I have the glitter cut out
I was gonna grab
musical little, what are these, not treble clefs? Quarter notes?
Yeah, they're quarter notes. Some sort of note.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's super cool layering of different elements.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any other type of like Halloween themed ones to make a Halloween sound effects little thing.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah,
check out
so
the
check
guide
out the
for
Learn
that.
Guide and
We
pick
still
up
have-
the silicone molds as they
Yes.
are in stock. Here it is on the website. We have a slew of them, different, what would you call it, layout, I suppose. Of course, we have the kitty paws. Those are out of stock because folks really want to make those, but right now we got the 3x1 and the 2x2.5 units. But I guess this is is this the one you're using?
It's the control key one.
Okay, so this is it. Yeah, it's only $4 for this mold. So there you go. And it'll fit right in our little UV.
All of
thing.
these do, yeah. Oh, except the space bar.
Yeah, the space bar is huge, but the majority of these and the The kitty paws are working pretty good. Yeah, cool. And that is the Resin Keycaps.
Lots of fun, endless possibilities in terms of theming and all that.
Good skill
Have one for every month.
Play with. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go into the next
All right.
learn guide. This week we have a video for.
This is all going to be keycaps, so.
It's all keycaps, yeah. So this week we got a video for our Emoji keyboard. This is a project idea from Liz. She wrote the code as well, and I put together the 3D printed case. One of the things that was fun about it is Lamar wanted us to play with these Relegendable Keycaps. So these keycaps have these little printed inserts. These keycaps have two pieces to them. They got this gray keycap here that has the injection molded stem, and that fits perfectly into a Kailh block switch. But these little covers have these little clips on the side, and they have plenty of room here to either paint them or add these little inserts. These little inserts are just printed from 2D paper. You can pop one out like that, if I don't damage it. But that's what it is. It's just this clear, flat top. There's no dome or curvature to it, so it's really, really simple. And then this is a little paper print that I printed out. I used a template from Carter Nielsen, who's on the Adafruit support team. He is also a guide author, and he created a project that uses I think it's the macro pad to do two-step auth codes, and then he used these keycaps to like have different services, so like Discord, Google, and whatever other service that you need to do to auth codes. Yeah, so that's really the thing that I added to this is kind of new. I just created a bunch of these because I had like a whole pack of them, so I figured I'd put some of my favorite emojis, and here's what my little template looks like. I have this available in the Learn Guide, so you can download this. This is a sheet of all the emojis. There's so many emojis, so creating this template was, you know, it took some time because I had to like space out everything, and then in Illustrator, you have to use the glyph window because you can't, like, it doesn't support emojis. It's quite fun, but let's take a quick look at the Learn Guide and see where that is. So the Learn Guide covers all of the stuff. Liz put together an awesome code walkthrough. We kind of talked about this before we left, so I kind of skipped that and go straight into the usage page because this is really where you can get that PDF. That's sort of the latest update to the project. So if you want some PDF template, you can use this. And then if you have an editor like Inkscape or Illustrator, there's layers in there, and you can turn on and off the different emojis and sheets of them, or create your own. So that's what we got there. Another thing from a design standpoint I'd like to talk about, as I was filming this, I kept running into the problem where my QT Py keeps popping out of its holder. So I finally created a little bit better method of holding it in place. These just pop out all in one go, which is really nice because you got Kailh Switches here. I'm going to take off the frame and then talk about how is this being held in place. So really, when you plug this in, it normally pops out, but I have these very, very tiny chamfered edges on each of these corners, and those grip onto the PCB. And really, the trick here is that you have these open reliefs here on the holder that allow you to pop it open. So if you want to just flex that slightly, that is how you open it. And the only reason this works is because you got two things here. You have a 1/2 millimeter thickness of your bottom cover, and you have reliefs here, which allow you to, well, flex it slightly, because otherwise, if this was too thick, you wouldn't be able to flex it. If there wasn't any reliefs here, well, you wouldn't be able to get in there. So that is the latest update. Any QT Py project I'm going to do for moving forward will have this geometry. It's a little bit extra, you know, work to create these little things, but is it worth it? Yes, absolutely. And of course, one of my favorite things about this project is there's no soldering required. Everything's super modular. This literally just disconnects, and now I can use this QT Py in any number of projects now. No soldering. It's just clean and maintained nicely. And the best part about the QT Py is it's in stock right now for $9.95. And if you wait till tonight, you can get 10% off your order. So make sure you tune in to Ask an Engineer tonight, because that's going to be fun. So let's go ahead and look at the overhead again. I'm going to try my best to put this in, but let's see if I can. You can just barely see those tiny little corners there, and that is what keeps. And it's a chamfer, a 1 millimeter extrude with a chamfer. I don't even think it's. I think it's 0.5 millimeters actually. I'll take a look at the CAD in a minute, but the way I get it in there is you fit it at an angle, and you notice that, well, now these little clips won't allow it to go in. So that flex right there, you flex that, and it clicks right in, and now it unflexes, right? It straightens out, and now it's like really in there. And yeah, now it will hold up against all sorts of USB cable connections. That just clicks in there. Orient this the right way. And just click all these in. Sorry, I did that off camera. But yeah, let's pump this in. And I think the number one comment that I keep seeing, or not keep seeing, but one of the things that would be interesting about this project is if in the future, maybe we'll have Unicode support. Because right now, it's a bit of a process to do an emoji where you have to execute several commands to get the emoji pop-up to work. And you have to add some extra delays, particularly for Big Sur, macOS Big Sur. But on Windows, it's pretty quick. It's much quicker, less delays. But yeah, that's pretty much the project. So shout out to Liz for coming up with it. And thanks for everybody checking it out. So if you want to build this with the QT Py, it's in stock. The 1x4, however, is problematic as it has a SAMD chip. And well, it's going to be 2 years until we get a SAMD chip, so we might have some hardware revisions on this particular board. But with that, let me punch in some emojis here. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. So here we go, some live emojis. Are you all ready for emojis? Guitar. Oh, it didn't work that time. Let's do it again. Guitar. There's your guitar. There's the synth controller. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt. And the Akita, which is a dog. And then I hit enter. And there you go. Isn't that faster than having to pop up the window, search for emoji, and yeah. So let's hope that we can get Unicode support at some point. But that's the emoji keyboard. Let me do a quick thing here. So the Learn Guide's up there. I've also updated the STL of the bottom cover because that's really the only update that I've made since we released it. So yeah, it's not popping out anymore, which I'm super happy about. Because I'm filming this and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna film anything. I'm gonna go back into Fusion and update this. And because it's so modular, I did not have to reprint the cover or the frame because I maintained the same dimensions and everything's parametric anyway. So there's some CAD lessons there. All right.
Saying that is a cool flex, bro.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then Dexter is saying, hey, I have a 2D printer. I can do this.
Yeah, for sure. These Relegendable Keycaps are out of stock, but I don't know. Maybe someone else stocks them. They're very, very cool. They don't have to be emojis. They can be actual letters or actual stickers and things.
Or any of the number of new emojis that are coming out in the next, what do they call it, revision or
yeah,
the
that's
update?
Right. It's going to be fun to see new emojis. There's so many of them. Jeez.
Need some new fruit.
Yeah.
Like a star fruit.
A star fruit would be nice. I noticed they don't have a starfish. Because I was like, oh, I need to put an eye in a starfish.
Huh.
Y'all can guess why. Cool. All right. I didn't take a time code for that. Son of a gun. All right, so here's a time code for this segment here. What is it? 27 minutes in. This is 3D models. So if you'd like to use a 3D model of any number of Adafruit components or boards, please check out our GitHub repo. Our 3D CADs part has just about every board from Adafruit as a 3D model in step file format in Fusion 360 file format, and also as an STL. So if you'd like to use any number of those file formats in your CAD package, check out our GitHub repo. That is how I'm able to make these models so accurate. They're actually directly converted from Eagle, which is the CAD software that Lamar uses, and gets brought into Fusion 360 because they have such great tight integration, and that's why we use it. So check that out. The website for that is, Pedro's going to post the link. You already did. Adafruit/Adafruit CAD parts. There you go. The way they work is you can use Control or Command F and then search for the PID. Let's say we want the QT Pi. I'm just typing QT Pi. And we have two of them. We have the regular QT Pi, the PID 4600, and we also have the QT Pi RP2040, which I'm not seeing. So let me type in RP2040. There's a number, there it is, 4900. So you have the QT Pi, the Itsy Bitsy, the Feather, all the RP40 boards. We even have the NeoKey right here, the 1x4 QT thing. We also have the NeoKey Featherwing, the rotary Trinky. All those boards are there. Yeah, and I'll be working on, more parts as we get new boards and stuff. I think the ortho one is something that I haven't added yet. Ortho, it's problematic. Yeah, so I'll get on that. But for now, there's tons and tons of boards and components, so check those out. So there you go. There's the CAD parts.
Big ups from Stuart, saves lots of time.
For sure.
When we first started, that was a large part of our time was trying to figure out where all the mounting holes for all the boards were.
Yeah, we would have to use our calipers and manually measure everything for many years.
Definitely.
Until we figured out, or
cut out at least a dozen of the prototypes that we would have to print out just to get that alignment correct.
For sure. Having onboard components modeled too is really important, so you get all those little resistors that might get ripped off if you mount them incorrectly, right? Cool. All right. I think we're ready for the shop talk.
Lawnmowers.
The lawnmowers. Yeah.
Who said that? Andy was like, "Where's the lawnmowers?" Oh, they're a little late today. There they are.
Yeah, they're coming. Don't you worry. They're coming. Okay. So, we're ready for a shop talk? You take a time code?
Go ahead and jump into this week's shop talk. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's some CNC stuff.
Yeah, I've been CNCing, so hold on. Shop talk. I'm trying to take notes here. All right. So let's take a look. I was fortunate enough to become a member of the Bantam Tools residency. They sent me one of their new machines. This is the Bantam Tools desktop CNC machine, and one of the projects I wanted to do is a two-sided keycap. And I wanted to mill it out of wood, different types of wood. So with this, I had to create a custom fixture or a holder for these keycaps. So this is just some footage of running through the one of the operations here, doing the top side of the keycaps. So it was a long journey of learning and failing. Speaking of failing, I actually have the machine down right now. I have some replacement parts for it, but I have maxed out like 20 hours of milling. I kind of maybe over tightened the belts and broke them. That's a part of learning. I also broke a couple bits, but hey, that's all a part of the game here with CNC milling. So the goal here is to create a learn guide next week and a video that shows you the recipe of all the tool paths, setting them up in Fusion 360, and ultimately the physical things that you need to do to create this this type of project, geometry, what have you. So let's take a look at the overhead. Take a look at the final product first of all. These are all CNC milled on the Bantam Tools. These are all keycaps that are, oh boy, is it the DSA profile? They're symmetrical profiles, so you can see here. They all have a 20-degree drafted angle, and they have these little curvatures on the tops of them, so they feel really nice. These are 3 different types of wood. We have maple right here, we have some cherry, and some walnuts. And let's pop one off just to take a look at the inside. This is the inside of the cap. Let me do a focus. Inside of the cap, you can see here that we are very, very close at at the limit of our tools. So all of the geometry is designed around the end mills. So there are 3 different tools I'm using to create this. The actual stem is a 1/32 inch. The inside here is a 1/16, and the outside to do an adaptive clearing, I'm using a 1/8. So 3 different tools, not too bad. And we got about 1.5 millimeters of shell here, but these are quite nice, and they seem to be pretty strong too. So that's really nice. They fit in perfectly into the Kailh switches. So that's a look at them, right? You can almost make out the step downs here. You can see those radiated things, but they look great. These are completely unfinished. I still need to get some lacquer on here to really pop out the grain of the wood, but these are what I'm working on. This is just a fun experiment that I was playing with, and I also played with this this knob design that's also a 2-part thing, but mostly we're going to focus on the keycaps. So real quick, I'll show you my jig or my holder. This is the part holder. These keycaps here come off like that, but this is what the holder looks like. Whew, these are just some actual injection molded DSA keycaps, and they actually fit perfectly in my holder jig. So the idea here is that you have a holder that holds the first top of the keycap. What I do is I create this piece first. I mill these out in a big array and then cut them out in blocks. And then when I flip it over, that's where I'm etching away everything. And then they get secured with some tape. So I add some tape down here. And then these are fitted there. You want to close the door? And I'm able to do a 3x3 layout here because of the massive volume, the build volume in the Bantam Tools desktop CNC. And then these come off like that, and then it's easy enough to just pop these out from the tape, and the tape is what really keeps them in there. But that's the kind of thing I got. The way I'm able to secure this is with an L bracket, and you'll see all this in the video. Just imagine this is the L bracket, and I'm able to probe the bracket so that I know exactly where these are going to be placed. And in the Bantam Tool software, it does a great job of visualizing where your G-code is. So it's quite a mix of things, but that's what I'm working on, and you can expect a learn guide in a video next week. Woohoo! So yeah, lots of wood, lots of keycaps.
Yeah, people like the wood
lots
look.
Of milling. Yeah, let's take a look at the milling again because it's so fun to look at. Yeah, that's just facing. It's quite a change to go from an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch end mill and just be able to just shrug through this material is pretty awesome. And here, as you can see, my holder and these little blocks here underneath them is the inside of the keycap, and that's what you want to mill first. You want to do that operation first, so that when you have a couple of them, you can add them to this holder here, and then do the top side. And you can see how much it has to kind of etch away, and you have to have an offset so that as you can see the slope of this thing, and it's really important to kind of do it in this order. But hey, that's just a little bit of the recipe here. It's like we're cooking, we're CNC cooking here. So very cool. Any questions or anything like that, let me know, and maybe I can include them into the video.
Yeah, people want to see some milling on top of the keycaps.
That would be cool, yeah. I don't know what to add to the tops, like mill some sort of etched number, maybe an emoji. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave them blank, And I also have some other wood, so I'm going to run through, some of the things about the different types of wood.
The other thing, I think, is combining it with the resin, so it would just be like one layer on the top, like how they do those rings where it's like, burnt wood with the ashes in there to make it look like it's some sort of...
a resin table keycap.
Oh,
a resin keycap.
That's cool.
Kind of fun.
Have a little, cut one section and then add that blue mica powder on top of there to have it be like a river.
That would be so cool. Yeah, and... we'll get some shellac on these to make it look great. But that's what we got for CNC stuff. It's been a fun journey, and we're almost at the end of it. Okay, we're still in the shop talk, so I got one more fun thing I want to talk about. This is a fun piece of code that I saw from ToddBot. So ToddBot's been doing so much cool CircuitPython code, and this one, let's take a time code. It's at 3939 ToddBot. All right, so check this out. This is the macro pad. We're still hanging out here. I'm gonna plug this in, and Todd's been playing around with PWM to make some super fun sounds. Uh-oh, did I break it? Yes, I broke it. Ah, there he is, it's reloading. There it goes. So each of the keys do different effects. As you hold it down, you can play around with the duration or the octaves. And it's just a really fun noise maker. It reminds me of like the Tommy's Oskitone arcade punk. But this is all done in CircuitPython. And, sorry. All right, let me stop it. It's super fun to play with. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is really fun. It's in this orientation, which is really interesting. I almost want to redesign this so that it's, and this handle would be over here on top. But hey, it's cool. It's modular, right? So check it out. It's called the Noise Toy. Let me show you Todd's Instagram, and we'll throw a link in the description or in the thing here. But yeah, I saw this on Todd's Twitter, and he has a gist on GitHub, so you can play around with the code. And he does a better demo than I do because he wrote the thing. This is really, really cool. Very, very fun. So you can check that out. Let me drop the link into Discord. Todd, if you're out there, keep it up, man. This is so fun. It's the best demos, man. So there's my I don't know, promote or something. Fun macro pad. It's very different because like it's hard to demo hotkeys, because I'm running the show. So it's always fun to have like a game or something like that. There's also other games too that you can check out. Phil B's Dragon egg catching game is fun too. But hey, Noise Toy is what I wanted to play with today. And just give Todd a shout out. So check it out.
I think that sort of bleeds into Community Makes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does. So let me take another time code. Where are we at here with time? We're at 40:41. Community Makes.
Yes, this is definitely what we need for a Halloween setup.
Yeah. All right, so let's do our Community Makes. First up, we're gonna catch up on, I guess, 3 weeks of time lapses. I have 3 time lapses here.
I remember which one's the first one.
So the first one is this Sky
This is
sword.
really
This is so cool. It is a Nintendo Switch holder in the shape of the Master Sword from Zelda Breath of the Wild, or Breath of whatever.
No, it's
Zelda.
Skyward.
Skyward is the game.
Sky
By
Word
PabloPirata. Pirata.
And I love how
It's such an excellent
detailed
way to create
all
a
of this
holder
is.
for your Joy-Cons. So you got a shield for the blue one, and for the other one, it's the sword. So you are swinging, and it's a motion controller, right? So the game allows you to use the accelerometers to control your weapons.
And here it is. He did an excellent job of having
let's do
a
this
single
full one.
extrusion
It's huge.
print.
Yeah.
All of these just pop into place. So he did an excellent job in terms of having all the tolerances fit really well. So no special like adhesion or anything that was required
No
for this.
sanding either, huh?
No sanding, no
is
painting.
excellent.
All you do is just pop in. This is 2 parts right here. So you can have all the colors separated.
Look at this
and
detail, my goodness.
Same thing with the sword over here
on the
with
overhead. These are popped-in inserts?
Yeah, that just pops
Jeez.
right in. You can pop it right out if you want.
Fantastic. And this is the, the sort of design style has been simplified for this Skyward game.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see different versions of the Master Sword, but this is a really nice one because it's simple, and this is all one piece? Oh, I can see where the seam is
It
there.
pops in there. These 2 pieces
No
get
supports,
here together.
or did you get supports?
Supports was on the inside of that
Got it.
because of the overhangs.
Right.
Other than that, no sort of tricks for getting the tolerances to work. They all fit very snug.
Very, very cool. I need to get the game. I haven't had
I
time.
know.
And here's the shield.
There's the shield.
You can print it in whatever color. Just glue them together. They all snap fit.
Yep, they all just snap in there. And again, super impressed in the way the drafts are set up so these just can easily pop in. And don't need a multi-material printer for this. Just print all the different pieces in whatever color.
Can I play the time lapse again? Do you show it printing, or am I?
Just the blue part, because all the little pieces, it's like uninteresting.
Oh,
when
I
it
get
prints.
it. Right. So
Even the handle for the sword.
Okay.
It's just like a short. Actually, I did put that in there, and it's so short.
It is short, but hey, it's cool to run through it. And, all right, yeah, there's a
See
little
how
bit of
that
support
is.
there. Cool. All right, just wanted to show it again. So this is by Pablo, and I have a link here to the
Excellent job.
Thingiverse. Great for cosplay, cosplay / playing.
Oh, I can put all the links to this.
Yeah, I got you here. I got it.
And what's funny is I believe Nintendo is selling their own
Yeah, you know, I think they should.
accessories.
They definitely
But
should.
it's so cool that you can just print out your own,
Yeah, so
customize it to whatever you want,
PabloPirata. Shout out Pablo.
and you won't be out.
Excellent color choice here.
Their prices are always high, so if you break it, you can just print another one.
Very, very cool. So check it out. Awesome accessory to play Skyward Sword HD. Cool. Oh, cool. The models were actually created by Tiki and modified by Fiber. All right, cool. Looks like there's a story behind this. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, check it out. We have the link there in the description. On to the next one. We have a Tiki mask. This is a Tiki mask by Mads ST.
I think it's in the other room, correct?
know if you can wear it or not.
You can put some straps on the sides.
Okay.
A little big. Might want to add some like cloth around the eyes, just so your face isn't fully visible, since the eyelids for that is so big.
Okay, I'm trying to get the link to the. I might have not copied it correctly. I apologize. Yep. Edit message. Enter. It should update. Here we go. I know the video is running in the background, so here, let me switch to the website. This is by Mads ST. And there's several versions of it, or just it cut up differently?
Yeah, just cut up for different size print beds.
Got it. That's fun. That's
On the
very cool.
CR10s, it's big enough to print as one whole piece.
You know, I thought this was from Crash Bandicoot. Indeed it is. So it's inspired by the Aku Aku mask from Crash Bandicoot. Remember playing that as a kid on PS1. And it's a bit of a low poly version.
Yeah, I tried printing out the high poly version. The Cura just crashes though when trying to slice it.
All right. You brought it, or is it in the other
No, it's in the other room.
Okay. Well, you saw the time lapse of it.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. Very simple to print, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any support?
Just support material on the teeth and the eyes
All
where
right.
the overhangs happen.
Cool. Excellent. Work there. And then the last one is
This was a request
timely. It's a request from TT.
that they just saw the Suicide Squad. There were some Adafruit circuit boards in there.
Yeah,
Had,
the
like,
coin cell.
coin cell
It's like a
battery.
bomb and everything.
And of course the Starro, the
Star of the show.
star of the show.
Flippin' starfish.
Yeah, so
An
of course
intergalactic-
he wanted some Halloween eyes added into here. So this is the Ninja Flex print of a Starro. So slice it up into 2 parts so that the bottom can come off. It's completely
What?
hollow on
It is.
the inside.
Wow.
The only modifications I did to that was use a mesh mixer and hollowed out the geometry to this. And then we just added a HalloWing in there, the M4 version, to get a little bit of a crispness to the eye graphics. And then the acrylic convex lenses that we have. Nice little 500 milliamp hour battery on there. You have access to the on and off switch and USB if you want to edit the shader for the eyes.
Yeah.
I believe it was like yellow and
It's
green.
funny that this is actually the iris that in the movie, it's pretty much like the gold
It's pretty
on the
close.
inside and then blue on
Yeah.
the outside of the iris.
Yeah, it's just that needs to be the iris needs to be bigger.
Yeah,
But other than that, yeah, it's a nice little way to make a Ninja Flex prop of Starro. Super
I can't
easy.
see Starfish like normal anymore after seeing that movie.
And what's
But
cool
let's look
about
at the
this, because
time
it's Ninja Flex, the way that this snaps in.
Right. This is really cool. The way it can cup into the outer kind of lip, and it curves inward, so it's got a good thing to it.
It's just nice and creepy. I
It's
was
very creepy,
having too much fun creeping out my son,
Is it?
chasing him around with.
You chased him around. All right, let's look at the time lapse because I didn't play it yet. But oh, you got a bit.
Backup mics.
Hey folks, sorry about the static. My mic died. How about that? I need some new batteries. Well,
Apologies on the
Yeah,
ears.
apology on your ears. How long did that happen?
About a minute.
About a minute? Well, how fitting that it's on Starro that like you get this just crazy audio. But hey, we have backup mics right here. So shout out to backup mics? I don't know.
Yeti?
Yeah, shout out to the Yeti mic. So it doesn't need a battery. So this is the remix here. I believe it's a remix. Maybe it's not, but it's from Sup Dave 71, Super Dave 71 on Thingiverse. Thank you, Dave, for posting up your Starro the Conqueror model. You've remixed it happily, so maybe we'll post it up as a remix if folks really want it. It's also on Tinkercad, which is really cool. So check it out. And it's also a remix from some real Starfish. Oh, excellent. Yeah. Remix of a remix of a remix. So excellent. All right. Sorry about your ears. So
the only other
from
tip
here?
in terms of besides like the hollowing it out and getting the two pieces sliced so that they have the way that this press fits in to the other side is the airbrushing that I was trying to do. I thought it would work on the black. Of course it did not. I should have printed it all in white and that would have worked. So I had to use the acrylic paint, which I thought would have cracked and fell off with all the bending, but it does not.
Well.
So yeah.
This matte finish too feels really nice.
And of course you can have like that slimy look by adding probably some resin on top or a clear, some sort of clear coat on top.
Yeah. Maybe that would crack it, but hey, there's so much stuff you can do with Ninja Flex. Again, this is the Cheetah Ninja Flex. What's the shore hardness? 80 or 90?
98.
Yeah.
It's the shore hardness.
Yeah.
Stuart's asking what fill did I use for the Ninja Flex?
What, infill, maybe?
Infill, I think it's like 10%. The trick for hollowing this out inside of Mesh Mixer is just having the thickness be
all perimeter. Huh?
I think it was like 2 millimeters for the thickness when you adjust the hollow settings inside of Mesh Mixer.
Cool. And another tip when you're printing with Ninja Flex, you probably want to use what? Blue tape? You don't want to print it straight on your PEI bed?
I did. So I have a 0.35 initial layer height, so it's higher on the bed plate.
And it didn't fuse to it?
It did not fuse. That's the trick on that one.
Holy
Just have the initial layer be like 0.35.
You can almost see
the
texture
the
here.
height, not the width.
Was it on the powder
PEI,
coated?
yeah, PEI.
So the powder coated PEI sheet.
Yeah, we need to upload our profiles that we've done for the CR10, V2, and V3, and Pro.
Just as a thing.
Since I have them so dialed in right now.
Yeah, just as a thing about this Cheetah style Ninja Flex is it's less elastic, but it's still super duper
depending on how
flexible.
thick you print it. So this is like 3 layers.
But there's no elasticity to it, so just be aware of that. If you want something to stretch, you want to go with Ninja Flex. But if you have a boat in, you're pretty much limited to something like this, which is Cheetah's 90 shore hardness.
98
Like
shareholders.
walks around like this, or he kicks one of the rats and like gets eaten by the rats.
And then the way that we're mounting this on, it's just hot glue.
Yeah, little dabs of hot glue here will hold it in place.
And then
we're
for
being
the
conservative
lens,
here with like not using too much, but you can use as
so we
much
can
as
just
you
rip
want.
it out to re-cannibalize in a different project.
Yeah. I don't want to put that on my face. Like that's just.
I think he's gonna request that with some Ninja Flex rats.
Oh boy.
Hey, it's Halloween.
It sure is. In August. Shame you're smiling.
I mean, we got, what is it, the Halloween, the Boo Bash coming up, I think, next week. So we're all in on this Halloween right now in August.
All right, so here you go. Cool. All right, yeah.
Yeah, the percentage, 10% for the infill, which doesn't really matter here since the
it's all perimeter.
Yeah, it's all perimeter.
So you're not even getting any infill. It's just straight.
No.
It's just straight perimeters.
Yep.
How many perimeters? 3? 4?
Three perimeters.
Okay. Solid.
And if you meant like, how did I, like fill, like one of the parts of that like crack and
the under extruded just a bit, huh?
It's just the angle
it has
of
texture
it.
to it.
Yeah, it's the angle.
Just
yeah, it's just paint stuck in there.
Yeah, that's fun. Did you have to clean up any of the stringiness?
Very little. I mean, it's all on the inside, so
Right.
it doesn't really matter. You can kind of see some of the stringiness right here.
You can just cut them off.
So the sports just pop right off just because of the offset that I have set on them.
Okay.
It's the 0.22 for the Z offset on that.
Cool.
And I think that's it for this week's
Yeah.
time-lapse stuff. There's more community
We
makes.
do have more community makes, so let me grab some links, and we'll share some links here. All right, so I'm doing. What's the time code? Is 55. We're almost out of time, folks. All right. So first up, we got a fun make from Stuart. Stuart, you're in the chat room. Hello, Stuart. This is the Pi badge. Stuart wanted to make a case for his Pi badge. This is a snap fit together case. It's got all the cutouts for the buttons and even some cutouts for the NeoPixels. And Stuart also made a diffuser as well for the NeoPixels and TPU, which is really cool to see. But yeah, if you need a case for your Pi badge, check this one out. I also have like a bezel, I think, too, that you can add if you have your monitor is kind of coming out. So check it out. Thanks, Stuart, for posting that up. Just search for a Pi badge case on Thingiverse or the Learn system, and you'll find the parts there. All right, next up we have our first make of the Kitty Paw keypad. So NeoKey Wen posted up their make of this very cute kitty paw shaped keypad. It's amazing. I didn't think anybody would build this, but this is so cool to see that somebody actually built one. And it looks great. It's got party parrot on the inside, and as you press the keys, the toe beans rather, the party parrot will animate because it's all in CircuitPython. And shout out to Liz for helping me on that one as well. So yeah, it's great to see folks are making the most ridiculous keypads. And also from Nicoen, they also have the lemon keypad, which is a fun one too. This is the predecessor to the kitty paw, so that's really cool to see as well. All right, next up we have a Star Trek comm badge with the circuit playground. This is something I actually milled out of brass and aluminum, but it's an STL, so you can print it out. Folks are printing it out, and this was printed on an Ender 3, so that's really cool to see, and some nice kind of glossy style filaments here. Excuse me. So that is really cool to see. So there's a Star Trek comm badge with Circuit Playground. The actual Circuit Playground is fitted behind the comm badge, and it uses the accelerometer to actually chirp and light up and do some other things. So check that project out. It's from 2016. Look at that. You even got your shirt going on there, Pedro. You were like evil Pedro.
Oh.
Spock. Does everybody want to see Pedro as an evil Spock? Watch this video. And man, that was a fun project to mill because I never played with brass, and milling brass is quite better than aluminum in my opinions. But anyhow, Circuit Playground, 1001 uses. All right, next up we got a macro pad case. This is by John Park. John Park made his own sort of case for the macro pad. And this is a make by Ryan X7. So Ryan X7 printed this out, and it looks great. They sanded it. Look how it looks like injection molded. They sanded it, and I think spray painted it as well. Very nice finishing, and a really sweet design by John. These are really nice buttons too. Look at that. Very, very cool. I like the all those little edges and stuff would make the details look really, really sweet. So check that one out if you want to make yet another case for your macro pad. Check out John's. All right, we got one more. I believe this one's from Jeff. Jeff Epler has some designs as well, so follow him on Thingiverse as well. NMSR1196 is his username, but Jeff has here a little TPU bumper. So the description here, what's the make? I don't know who. Well, in any manner, they saw it on the CircuitPython Day stream, and they wanted to print it, and they found it here. So if you want just a simple little bumper to keep your macro pad nicely kind of secured, or gripped, this little bumper here is designed for TPU filament, which is what we're talking about. So check it out. It's a good print. It should print really well. It's a good starter print. Like, this is the right type of geometry you want for if you're doing NinjaFlex for the first time, or any TPU for the first time.
Oh, Stuart says that's him on Thingiverse.
Sorry. Sorry, that is you. Oh, that is fun. So Stuart, you made all the things. So shout out to Stuart. But yeah, Jeff has quite a few designs as well. So check out Jeff. He does a lot of open SCAD designs. So check out Jeff's page here. Worth follow. Shush. I'm not signed in, so it doesn't show I'm following, but I am indeed following. Cool, cool. And that's this week's Community Makes. Thank you everybody so much for posting your makes, posting your designs, sharing it with the world. That's really sweet of you. I got a knife and a starfish. What is going on here?
I'm gonna get it in the eye.
That is exactly.
It's like every video game that has a monster.
Yeah, you gotta get him in the eye. How funny to shoot him in the eye and that didn't do anything. But a spear? All right, folks, we gotta end the show.
Oh yeah, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime. So thanks, Stuart.
So later tonight we're gonna be hosting Show and Tell.
That's right. It's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
We'll be posting the StreamYard link in the Discord, so make sure to stay tuned on that. Have all the notifications turned on, so you won't miss out on that. And then right after that, it's going to be a whole hour of Ask an Engineer with PT and Lamar. Take a look at all of the goings on this week, all the new products, and of course the discount code.
That's right.
So get those carts ready with all of the projects for next, or all the goodies for your next project.
Don't forget, Halloween Hackfest is going on. This is a contest. You can win some monies for making stuff, and you get double the prize if you use some Adafruit gear. So why not check this out? Get your Hackaday IO account set up.
Your IoT pumpkin ready.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or your Mac Classic, haunted Mac Classic with an Adafruit sticker. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to see you next week. But until then,
to make it
blah, 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 blah.
Don't forget to make a great day.
Bye,
See you later
folks.
tonight.
Music.